Earlier this spring, I had the opportunity to co-host a vision trip of pastors and church leadership to visit some of our mission partners in Europe. It's one thing to read about a missionary's work through an update or a newsletter. It's another thing to meet them on North American soil, but it's a completely different experience to see their context firsthand, to meet their people. It's just an amazing way to experience what God is doing throughout the world. And on this particular trip, one of our stops was to visit our mission partner serving in Rotterdam, Netherlands. And one afternoon we were walking along a street in between some meetings, and we made a stop in front of an old church building. And as we stood outside of this large structure, our mission partner explained that several years ago, someone had purchased this building and had gifted it to a growing Kurdish congregation that was then church planted and launched outside of the international church that our mission partner attends. And we had a little bit of time, and so our mission partner decided to knock on the church door and see if his pastor friend was in the office that day. And sure enough, after a few moments, he opened the large door and gladly welcomed us in. He proudly showed us his space and shared how they had retrofitted the current building to fit their congregation's needs. As we wandered through the space and entered the modest sanctuary, the pastor shared that this church welcomes around 50 members and visitors every Sunday morning. He then shared that while maybe this in-person attendance might not seem significant, they are the largest Kurdish Christian congregation in the world, with 50 to 80,000 people live streaming in on a Sunday morning. The majority of Kurds are Sunni Muslim, and it's often not safe for people to publicly convert to Christianity. While we hope someday that they will be able to experience a life of freedom in Christ publicly in a safe way, we're grateful for the ministry of this church and that of our mission partner serving in Rotterdam to be a safe place for people to experience the love of God and sharing Christian community together, both in person and virtually.